I just had the thought that it would be cool to name it "Rolling in the Dab," as opposed to,
You
but
can always change the
but
name, but yeah.
it's okay. Well,
It just won't be what the name is that gets like tweeted out or whatever.
that's fine.
It's okay.
All right.
Yeah, you did the wrong one, Matt. We're not Comcast. We're Comcast. You switched the N and the M.
Mother of God.
Concast.
Com.
Can you do the con?
All right. Sick.
Hey,
All right.
Corin, what's going on?
What up, Corin? All right, cool. Well, we're live.
Yo, hey, we're gonna do Smash after this.
Are we doing?
I was
Smash
warming
after
up my Falco.
this? Okay. All right. Well, shall we start it up?
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, guys.
Sure.
Well, welcome back to NGTV and Fist Cake and everybody. Welcome back to Adventure Complete, brought to you by Content Complete. Jesus, I fucked up the whole intro. Featuring myself, Spencer, my friend Matt, the National Gaming TV, and Fist Cake, and the DM of the hour, the GM of the hour, Adam. We're running D.A.B, Dystopias and Badasses. How's everyone doing?
Great.
yeah, doing well. Excited to get back into dabbing with my friends.
Love
So,
dabbing.
God, that was the worst intro ever.
Top 10 2018 fails, but that's fine.
Okay, so last time we left off, you guys had accomplished a couple goals for some people you'd met at Mama J's Dive Bar, which is sort of the central watering hole of this setting. Oh, and if you're joining us for the first time, we are playing a game called Dystopias and Badasses, which is set in Austin, Texas in the year 2049 in sort of an alternative timeline post-apocalypse. So if you can think like Fallout meets Cyberpunk, that's sort of the right mental image. I thought up some fun news headlines that you guys might see after last game. The first one being shots fired in the heart of New Austin. Witnesses describe 3 masked thugs fleeing the scene. Any information should be reported to the New Austin Police Department. That's after Sly shot a toothpick out of some punk's mouth. And then the second being Sloan Scrap and Cyber, located in the warehouse districts, becomes a shooting gallery when it was assaulted by the Street Sharks gang. Some neighbors who just happened to be in the right place at the right time managed to fight them off, eliminating many of the gang's high-ranking members. So, spinning newspaper. So yeah, that's a quick wrap-up of our what our heroes have been up to. So yeah, do you guys want to introduce your characters real quick?
Sure. Hey, Matt, you want to...
I can't. I have to get to the thing, so you're gonna have to give me.
I
a
know, but
second.
it's like showing on the stream.
Well, like.
Oh, God.
All right. Sorry, we're trying to pull up the map, but while we're waiting, I will start off by telling people about my character again. My character is Quark Masterson. He is the owner of Masterworks Supply, which is a supply store located in the warehouse district of the Crater Beta.
Just of Austin.
Of Austin. Okay,
So
Austin.
Crater Beta is its own like district. The
Right.
warehouse district is its own district, and then New Austin is kind of like the
Yeah, so it's next to
happening.
Crater Beta. That's right.
Mhm.
Right. I just saw the map. He has a head jack, uses a baton and a machine gun, like a heavy machine gun. And overall, loves scraps and supplies, and runs around and usually tries to collect things and tinker with stuff. And his primary, I guess, what do you call it, rival in the business is Sloan, who owns the other craft and supply and cybernetic store.
But why did you save him? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because you always need good competition.
Yeah, gotta drive up those prices somehow.
Yep.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
All right.
Do you want to go, Matt? Or
That's
are
me.
we-
Can you go ahead? I'm fixing some stuff.
All right. Well, I'm in between people. My psyche has shifted into another plane of existence. But last time I was playing Rex King. He's just a little scrapper kind of guy. Just likes to get stuff to sell and get money so he can pay back his dad for giving him a cybernetic eye when he lost it as a child, exploring the brave world of the wildlands outside of the radiation free zone, I guess. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the part of the conceit of this environment is that New Austin is free of radiation because of these radiation scrubbing machines brought in by the same people that rebuilt part of Austin, which is New Austin. And so you can live safely within the boundaries of these radiation scrubbing machines, but outside of it is sort of a radioactive wasteland.
Got it.
Yeah.
But so Rex and Quark and Sly got all into shenanigans last episode, but kind of want to try something different. So I'm reckoning that Rex got hired on by Sloan to kind of just help him watch out for the rest of the street sharks to show up and then take them down if they do. But my new character will be revealed later. Oh.
All right. Nice.
And my dude is a trick shot. His name is Sly. And he has a cybernetic eye to help him with his shooting. And he may or may not be a functioning alcoholic, a la Doc Holliday and other people who drink and shoot.
Is he like just the entire Tombstone movie wrapped into one character?
Yes, he is.
Nice. Beautiful.
You guys are headed down to the OK Corral. All right. So last time when we left off, you just finished finished helping Sloan fight off a couple of Street Shark members of the Street Shark gang. And you, according to the news, you figure these are most of the high-ranking members, and so the Street Sharks are all but disbanded at this point. However, Sloan, worried about another attack, has decided to hire on Rex King, which is Zach's first character, to stay with him and sort of provide some muscle around the shop. So Sly and Quark, I'm guessing, would you guys make your way back to Quark's shop? What would you guys be up to?
Yeah, well, I know that when we last left off, Sloan was trying to get us the radiation suits, and so we're kind of just waiting on that. I would probably head back to my shop. I'm not going to try to even remotely assume anything that Sly's doing. He might very well decide to just stop by the bar and just be there. But I know that I'm at my shop.
Okay. So Sloan has told you, like, oh, if you come back like tonight, I'll get you those suits. And he's got 2 of them. So
Gotcha.
You go back to your shop, and Sly, what are you up to?
I am drinking at the bar.
All right, cool. So let's do this scene. So Quark, you're in your shop, and one of your regulars, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead with, yeah.
Okay.
You're one of my regulars.
Yeah, I am one of your regulars. Yeah.
Gotcha.
As you walk in, Ken's like looking over some kind of like scrap that like vaguely looks like arms or like hand shapes. So they're like, oh, I bet if we get him to like kind of mold it a little bit. And like as you walk in, you kind of like just like knock him out of his daydream. It's like, oh, hey Quark, what's going on, man?
Oh, how's it going? You looking over some of my supply?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah?
You nailed it.
What are you looking at? What are you thinking? Because I've been in the mood to put some stuff together.
Well, I got a big fight coming up next month here, and I was just kind of seeing if you can upgrade my little exosuit here. But I think I could probably do okay in the fight, but like if you can, like, I don't know, make it like a little bit quicker, and I guess oil the hinges here, because and he kind of like moves his arm a little bit, and like
all
his
squeaky and shit. It's really annoying.
yeah, it's like his like it's like, yeah, I just need to really like squeak. Oh yeah, I just need basic repairs and some other stuff if you got the time for it. I know you're a busy man. I saw you guys heard some stuff happen with Sloan.
Yeah, no, there's was kind of a small town group coming in trying to do the old classic protection racket kind of vibe. So we were clearing them out, because ain't nobody coming to the warehouse district of Austin and expect us to just roll over. So we're dealing with that, and luckily we were able to drive those guys out. Maybe they'll come back. I don't know, but they'll just be running into trouble anyways. But yeah, I can take a look at your stuff if you wanted to kind of get over here, and I lead him over to a little bay that I have that kind of helps to detach the exosuit that he's wearing, so that it can be kind of held up in the way that he can kind of step in and out of it. I guess.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Fallout, yeah.
Yeah, like Fallout.
I
Exactly.
got a quick question about the world. So,
Sure.
is North Korea like the superpower now, or
No, I think the war was pretty short, and the U.S. came out on top, but they still haven't like rebuilt certain areas because there's not funding for it. So
Yeah, I guess like the on top that is like, we survived.
yeah. Well, so we'll probably find out sooner or later, but there are other cities that are still like non-radiated, but people can't really afford to get out of the city, or their families are here or something like that. But
It's hard to
so there are
travel in
other
radiation.
right, and so it's very expensive to get out of Austin, and it's much cheaper to just stay there. But there are parts of the U.S. that are unmarred by the very short nuclear bombardment.
Yeah, and I know that nuclear attacks usually run like EMP type scenarios and ruins like electronics for a while. So I was wondering, is there radio contact, or at least consistent radio contact?
I would assume now
with other places.
Yeah. So again, the bombs fell in 2012, and canonically this is set in 2049. So in the interim, they've established contact, and that's how you got the radiation scrubbing machines and everything. That was all part of this like original like make Austin inhabitable like mission, I guess.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's probably no satellite link up at this point, which sucks. Oh, that's interesting.
Well,
yeah.
no, I mean, why would there not be?
Well, because
Radiation.
yeah,
messes with-
radiation and EMP from all the bombs and stuff like that.
I don't think the EMP is a problem anymore. It was
Well, no, but I'm talking
30
about the
years ago.
initial EMP hit. It usually ruins electronics, and you have to like
but
completely
that's
rework
not
it.
satellites. Satellites are in the
I
atmosphere.
was just assuming, and this is actually
Look.
kind of cool.
It doesn't matter.
And I've never thought about this before.
oh,
But
he's gonna keep going.
if something
fine.
like that happens over the years and nobody's paying attention to any of the satellites, a lot of them are going to come back into the atmosphere.
They'll burn up before they get here.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Okay, so you know all of
spooky.
them.
No, I was just there's a lot of trash up
Look,
there.
shut up.
Yeah, but
Well, now we know how to kill off future
now
characters.
I'm sorry, Fistcake. I did not get your character's name. You said Ken.
Ken, yeah, just Ken.
Just Ken.
He's called Scrap Wolf in the old fighting
Scrap
games.
Wolf
Scrap Wolf.
coming in at
Squaring
350
off
pounds.
against his rival Scrap Fox, and Scrap Fox.
Nice.
Scrap Fox 64. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I bring him over to the bay and have him step out of it, and I kind of go into some basic tune-up and try to maybe fix some of the servo motors to make them a little bit more consistent and smooth. And just do a bunch of that
All right.
stuff.
Cool.
Nice. Actually, I did not pull up a character sheet in front of me, and that wasn't a great idea. So,
You get a big
sorry.
fancy computer and you forget how to do everything. God.
It doesn't have any of my local files on it anymore, and I'm not sure if I backed it up. Let's see, can one of you guys put the thing in the chat? Or I can look back through the chat and find it. So this is fine. I was going to say like roll like a repair or something just to see how it goes. Like
Have me roll a repair? Yeah, I can probably do that. So as far as skills go, I have
shit.
craft. Do you think craft would be probably the one that I would be doing?
I think so. That works.
Okay.
All right, I gotta go to the
Yeah.
roll dice land
Because
real
we have no
fast.
room on this desk for any dice.
Don't forget, if
Roll
you're
dice.
trained in it, you can roll 3 times and keep
so
the
I'm
highest
trained
skill.
in it. So and I roll 3. I roll 3 one dice 6, and I keep the 2 highest.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so roll just a 1 dice 6 separately 3
Where are the
times.
sixes?
right
Oh,
there.
you are.
So 5, 2, 6. So I rolled an 11, and then I have a 2 in craft, and the way that works is
You just add it.
You just add
Yep.
it. Okay, so I
Yep.
rolled a 13.
Okay, so you have removed all the squeaking from the exosuit. It's back in good working order, and it looks a little bit cooler.
Nice.
Sick.
Okay, so that takes care of that character introduction. And just to recap, Zach is now playing a bruiser type character named Kin Scrapwolf.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Cool.
I punch things. I like to punch things.
Yeah.
I want to punch
Punchy.
stuff. I want to punch stuff. Let me. Gonna punch it. Can I punch
Can
kids
I
now?
look in? I wanted to ask, as a separate project for helping out his effectiveness, if there was because he's wearing a partial exosuit, right? It's not like a full exosuit.
It's like it has parts like basically the top part's like his boxing suit, but like he actually has like an actual exosuit that he wears for armor and whatnot.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm not sure if your suit already has this ability, but I would like to. I don't know if I can research it or spend some time to look into something to help movement or jumping.
It's
Oh
boxing,
yeah,
bro.
you could probably put some time into that,
Well,
like
'cause-
upgrading with better. What's the hydraulics? With like the hydraulic fluid and stuff. I'm not exactly sure if that's the technology, but yeah, that'd be a cool thing to research. Up his like agility score or something.
Yeah, because I would like to improve speed and movement, but also being able to ground himself, almost like if you ever played StarCraft, the siege tanks can go into siege mode, and so he can kind of
Okay.
stand his ground.
I am
Oh,
not
I see.
familiar with that, but I will look into it. So yeah, if you want to choose, I guess one of those things, then for like upgraded like toughness or upgraded agility, you can like set that as like a research task, and then maybe by the next episode or like we can figure that out.
Okay,
cool.
well, which would you prefer, Ken?
I already have 3 speed, so let's put one more into agility, so I have an even 3 and 3.
Okay, so something that improves maneuverability inside the suit, as far as like dodging and rolling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
You know, duck and roll and do the Dempsey roll and shit and other boxing terms. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so Sly is drinking in the bar, and that'll last, I guess, until sundown. So would you guys reconvene at Sloan's?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I guess I bring Ken along because Rex
Yeah.
wouldn't be coming with anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say like, thanks for preparing my suit. I'll buy you a drink at the bar if you want. And maybe Sly too if he hasn't already drank the entire stock.
Yeah. Well, for me back at Sloan's, that's why I was asking like,
Oh, we're going to Sloan's. Never mind. I thought we were
Yeah.
going Mom.
bring you along as like, hey, you want to come along with us on this little this scavenging party?
Yeah, I owe you one, so go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys get to Sloan's, and Rex King hands you a little dog tag that says PC on it, and you swap out yours that says NPC. So now you're one of the player characters. Yeah. Okay, so Sloan is there. You see him like sending off his last customer for the day with like an arm full of like wires and bits and things. And he goes, "Okay, great. You guys are here. Let me just close down the shop real quick, and then we'll go get you guys those suits." And so you watch him as he's sort of like putting things away and locking cabinets and turning lights off. And then you actually see him go to the door, and he says, "All right, let's go."
All right, awesome, great. So
Cool.
I follow.
All right,
All
well,
excited for technology and stuff.
let's follow.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Hey,
idea
how's
what's
it
going on.
going,
But I
Broken
follow too.
boy?
What's up, Broken Boy?
Brogan boy.
So as you guys are going, I think he expected you to be a little more surprised that he didn't keep the suits with him in the warehouse, but then he explains to you like what we're about to do is very secret. So the place I'm showing you, I'm only doing it because I trust you a lot, and you guys saved my life and my store, and possibly my son's life.
Okay.
And so you guys go through the warehouse district, and you actually go into Crater Beta. You've only been as far down so far in the campaign as like Mama J's, which I said was like around the 3rd level, and this thing is about 7 levels deep.
Ooh.
But you guys get on the elevator and you go all the way down to the bottom. And I don't know if you guys have been down here before, like on an individual character basis, but it's kind of like darker, and no one has like put a finished floor over like just the rocks and stuff at the bottom, like where the bomb blast was. So it's much less like cool down here, I guess. Like it's rough. And as you're getting out, Sloan starts making a beeline for this store called Abel's Antiques. But as you're going there, you see 6 people sort of standing in the middle of the crater. So it's all like a funnel. And as it comes down to the bottom, I mean, it's kind of big. Think like maybe the size of a baseball field without the outfield down here.
Gotcha.
There are 6 people in the middle. One has you can tell it's like 3 of them know each other and the other 3 know each other. One of them has a camera and the other 2 have like a microphone and like a clipboard. And then the other 3 are clearly like trying to intimidate them and yell at them.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is not a group of people that Sloan is intending to get us in contact with. This is just an incidental interaction.
Yeah, Sloan is trying to completely ignore it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know about you two, but I'm not necessarily the type of character to keep the peace. But if this is something that bothers you guys, we can try to intercede.
Trying to think if Ken would get into this because
Your
Go
path
ahead.
towards the antique store brings you a little bit closer to them, and you hear one of them say, "When Radcore brought you here, they said you were to stay in New Austin," and he actually like makes a move to smash the guy's camera out of his hand and onto the ground, and it's like a movie style camera, not just
shit.
a camcorder.
I can't let anybody destroy artifacts like this. Oh,
Cork is
Tech
going Super
Rage.
Saiyan.
Hey, thanks for the bits, Smash Wolf.
Thanks, Smash Wolf.
All right.
All right, shit.
Okay, so
Hey,
Oh God.
what's all this ruckus about?
He's been day drinking free drinks at Mama J's all day.
which we know is basically just like ethanol.
At this
Yeah.
point.
Very much. So I'd say of the 3 of you, so to reestablish, you're called runners in this universe, the sort of like the mercenaries. Have any of you guys like taken these kind of like runner contracts before? Like one of you is a pit fighter. Quark, I know you do just like repairs and stuff. But Sly, have you ever taken on like these mercenary contracts before?
I would say very sparingly, not often.
You're primarily
Okay.
a performer.
I'm primarily a performer, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the only reason why I would ever, I would probably go along with a group as kind of a utility type thing, and also to be able to gain access to more salvageable equipment. I probably have only come down here, if only for the opportunity to look into some of the areas that were affected that might have additional scrap or what have you after the bomb had hit.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of recognize the leader of this group of 3 people as a guy named Sue, who you've met around before a little bit.
I love
but
it.
He's one of your he's another runner that you've seen from time to time. You probably haven't ever been on a team with him since he tends to just run with the same 2 people all the time. But you recognize him as the person harassing these film people.
Hey, Sue. What's going on
What?
around here?
Oh, hey, Quark. How's it? What are you doing down here? And he sort of snaps at his other 2 to like keep an eye on the film people while he comes over to you.
Well, I'm here on some personal business, but I see here that you're bowling one of the citizens. Fuck, man, I do not have like a line.
Hey, that's
Why are you
not
smashing
okay.
cameras?
Sly, you'll say that.
Hey,
Don't smash the camera.
hey,
Um,
that could
he goes,
cost money.
these guys ain't citizens. They ain't even from around here. And he like spits on the ground.
Whoa,
Oh, cool.
that's gross. Number one.
I agree. Being not from around Austin is pretty gross.
What the fuck? That's not what I meant. I meant the spitting. I don't like. Ew, that's gross. And B, I don't. I don't think
One,
you should
B.
be harassing people. And 3,
Oh shit.
stop it.
I look past Sue and at the camera guy and I say, "Hey, boy, what's your name?"
He has a name. Hold on one sec. Oh, it's Dosh.
Dosh.
Like Josh, but with a D.
Ah, okay.
is Dosh? Is that Josh with but like a D? That's weird.
Yeah, that's right. It's just Dosh.
I can remember it like that.
Is Sue here? Is Sue here bothering you? I mean, do you know Sue?
Everybody knows a boy named Sue.
Guy named Sue.
Well, I mean, he's kind of a handler, I guess, from Radcore. We're here to film some stuff, and I guess they don't want us filming around here.
All right, Sue.
What do you gotta hide, Sue?
Yeah.
You have the proper permits?
Oh, wait.
And he pulls out a contract from Radcore that is essentially like, we found the film crew leaving New Austin and trying to like get footage of the warehouse district at Crater Beta, and we sent these 3 runners after him to like, destroy any footage and things like that.
Oh, so they were hired by somebody
Okay.
else.
So
Yeah,
Sue,
so
Sue was hired along with his cronies to stop them from filming around in the warehouse and in Crater Beta.
Why would
Yeah.
they want to stop them from filming around the warehouse?
So Sue's just on a
district in the-
contract.
Okay, I guess I'm just talking to myself.
Sorry.
No, go
yeah,
ahead.
No, I was just.
Sue's a runner on a contract, but you also know him to be a pretty masochistic dude.
Oh
Gotcha.
boy.
Well, crap. I mean, he just kind of paid to do it.
Oh, I'm gonna say I can't quite read that far. Do you mind if I just like look at the contract real quick? I can't. My eyes aren't as good because I get punched in the head so often, blurry vision sometimes. So
Who are you?
can I just take a peek at that?
Ken.
Do I know you?
Let me see if can you roll a perception check, or not
Who's the
perception,
mech
persuasion.
warrior?
Persuasion. Oh god. Oh boy. Okay.
Sly's over here super confused because he's never met Ken before.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
I'm the new
you
Rex.
don't look like
worry
the other
about it.
guy.
You see he's wearing a
it's okay.
PC tag, and you're like, oh, I get it.
Right.
Oh, this is
I thought you were Rex the whole time.
not.
I got a 6 minus 2, so that is a 4.
He does not show you the contract any closer.
Damn it.
Well,
Okay, that's fair. I really have a hard time reading, so I guess I'll just take your word for it.
He goes, well, if you'd ever learned to read, and then kind of spits on the floor again.
What's up with the spitting?
I don't know,
You don't
man.
have
It's
to
a- it's a
spit
character
every
choice.
time you say something. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
He's sort of taken aback a little bit, as if no one has like brought this up before. And he goes, no, man, it makes me look cool. It's like part of who I am is like
you
to spit.
You got to use it for dramatic effect. Okay, you spit after every sentence, everything loses its dramatic effect. Okay, I'm a
Now
showman.
listen here, spit.
Look,
My
I'm going
daddy
to tell
spit,
you one more
his
time.
granddaddy spit, and I spit.
You spit again, there's going to be a problem.
Oh,
Literally.
boy.
Okay, you watch him as he like hawks back in his throat and is preparing to spit again.
Oh shit! Should I shoot the spit out of the air?
Yeah, there you go. Can't go wrong.
Well, I mean, he's not spitting in like an arc. He's just spitting down, like onto the ground.
Oh, you
But,
could like shoot it between his legs if he's spinning down.
He spends like a 2 or 3 second just like getting all the phlegm into his throat, and then like spits onto the ground again, and then like looks at you.
Well, now I have to kill you. I don't know.
Sly has 2 settings: drinking and killing.
okay, look here, Sue. All right, I have nothing against you taking on a contract, but I'm not going to allow you to come down here and fulfill that contract if that contract is to harass and bully a group of people who are just trying to do
A
honest journalism.
documentary. Have you ever seen New Earth? It's documentary nature series.
Sly is so drunk that he remembers things from before the bombs hit. Nobody knows exists.
There's this. Oh wait, is there a New Earth, or are you just talking about like Planet Earth?
No, I'm talking about new. It's the one after Planet Earth.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, this is New Earth.
Oh,
It's
God.
the newer
It's a
one.
sequel.
Okay. I see. I'm just thinking like of a British narrated nature documentary about like the radiation wasteland.
That's what it is.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. He's like, of course, we've all seen it, but they didn't film Crater Beta now, did they? Like, if you've got an issue, you can take it up with the higher ups at Radcorp. And so he goes to like grab the scruff of the neck of a Josh with a D, and start like pulling him back towards the elevator.
I pull my MG out.
Okay.
And I pointed at him and I say, no, actually, I pointed at one of his because he has the guy, right? He has Dosh in his hands, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I pointed at one of his cronies and say, hey, Sue, I wasn't joking. I'm going to turn this guy into slag. I'm waiting to use that line the whole time. If you don't let
Nice.
Dosh go.
That's good. And so he, everyone roll perception. So again, that's roll 2d6, or if it's trained, roll 3d6, and then add your modifier.
So how many dice do you get if you only roll 2, or only if you it's not?
It's 2.
It's 2. Okay.
If you're not
4
trained, roll
and
2.
5. So I got a 9.
Plus your intelligence and charisma.
I got a 6.
I got
Altogether.
10,
You got 10, okay. And
And then
then
you-
and then I'm untrained, so roll 2.
Yeah.
4,
And
2.
2 plus 3, so I rolled a 7.
Okay. So Sly is the only one to sort of see, before he does it a little bit, that Sue shoves Dosh like away from him to the ground, and then goes to like quick draw a gun out of his like jacket.
Oh, dude, you
Oh,
got
then-
quick draw before him.
Then I quick draw immediately. I seen this.
All right, roll shooting. So it's the perfect person to get the perception
3.
check.
Yeah.
1, 6.
So 9 plus your dex plus intelligence is so you rolled an 11.
11.
Perfect. Okay, so you managed to get a round off. What are you aiming for? Are you aiming to like shoot the gun
Yeah,
out of his
I
hand,
shoot
or
I shoot the hand that's going for the gun.
okay? So I'd say you hit it, and I guess you just like blow his hand off. I mean, it's a gun, so
Yeah.
it's.
And then I go, and then I do a flip with my gun. I'll be your Huckleberry.
So he's kind of like screaming, just holding the stump of his arm, and the other 2 runners that are with him go to draw weapons as well. And now we're in combat. So everyone roll just like a flat, or do an agility roll, I guess, and we'll determine like the order of combat that way.
4. So I got 6 plus.
Plus 4
Why do
I got 8.
because it's dex times 2. So Matt rolled a 10.
I rolled a 10.
And roll me a 2. All right, so I rolled an 8.
What did Ken get?
8.
Okay.
Also, I had my gun trained on one of their guys. Do I get some kind of Overwatch?
XCOM over here.
So since Sly already went and he rolled highest anyway, we're gonna go Quark, and then Sly will go again, and then Ken.
Okay.
So we'll that makes the most sense narratively, and then I'll work in when the other 2 go. Okay, cool. So let's start with Quark.
All right. I just unload into the guy.
Okay, roll for shooting.
All right, roll me 2 dice 6.
4, 6.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, that hits for full damage. See, and then MG is a D8.
Yeah, just roll me a D8.
8.
Wow. Okay. So you shoot this guy into the wall. He's not quite dead, but close.
Probably a bit incapacitated.
Yeah, he's not feeling great. So then the second guy manages to draw his assault rifle, and he's gonna start unleashing on Quark because he perceives him as like the guy with the biggest gun.
Biggest gun, biggest threat.
It's not about how big the gun is. It's about how accurate you are with the gun.
Okay, what's your armor?
I'm
Quark?
using the molded carbon, and
Okay.
I don't remember how that works. So it's a cheat.
I subtract it from the number that I roll here.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
so like if he rolls a 10 to attack, I'd subtract your 2, and then
yeah,
he
it
did
go
not
from
roll
a success to a costly success.
Yeah, to like a half damage thing. So he he rolled a 1 for damage on half damage, so I guess you take no damage because we're using computer science remainder division rules, and half of 1 is 0 in that case.
Okay.
So it hits you, but I guess just like tears like a bit of your molded carbon off because
Gotcha.
it does no damage.
Okay.
Cool. Found the edge case, guys.
Figured it out.
Okay, so Sly goes next.
I will.
It was effectively just one guy.
Well, I blew the
Yeah.
other guy's hand off. I
Yeah,
don't
I
really
mean-
want to kill him.
Nah.
Um,
I would prefer not to kill any of them. I would prefer that
Yeah.
they would just give up.
I will shoot the guy that shot Spencer.
Okay, roll
3,
shooting.
3, 2, so 6 plus. Okay, I have. Is it
Yeah, it's
10 plus 2?
dexterity plus where the fuck is it? Dexterity plus intelligence. So yeah, plus 2.
So I rolled a 6, 7, 8, 8.
Okay, so that misses. So it goes whizzing past him. Ken, your turn.
I'm going to dash to the nearest guy, and I'm going to punch him a bunch.
That would honestly probably be Sue, who's on the ground holding his stump arm still.
Oh.
We can punch him into submission,
I'll just,
like a stomach punch.
yeah, okay, I'll just try to do knockout punches, I guess. I'll just try to, like, well, no, it doesn't make sense. He's screaming, holding on to his stump. I guess what I'll do, I'll just, like, try to run up to him, and just grab him by the shoulder and just ask him, are you done? As, like, I menacingly, like, sink my hand stronger and stronger into his shoulder until he says otherwise.
Okay, he passes out from both blood loss and you like I feel like even though maybe you're tourniqueting the arm with how tight you're holding it, it's like squeezing all the rest of the blood out of it like a tube of toothpaste. And I know that's not how blood works.
Ah, yes, a
But-
future customer.
Yeah, he's gonna come back with like a Darth Vader arm and be your nemesis now. So
Well, he's gonna have to go to Sloan or me, so it's not gonna be very effective. I guess unless it's
okay.
Dave Austin.
so there's one dude left with whatever. So Quark, your turn.
Okay. I train my MG on him, and I say, "You're the last one, man. I don't want to do this. So back off."
Hello, this is Rebecca.
Oop. So he turns and you see him aiming towards the camera, and he's gonna try and fire a bullet into it.
Okay, well then I shoot him.
Okay, roll for that.
All right, roll me 2d6, man.
Shoot his arm off. It's fine.
3, 3, 6.
I did
I
really
rolled an
like
8.
have a lot of time right now, though.
Hold on 1 second.
No
All
problem.
right, no problem.
Okay, so what was your shooting roll?
It was an 8.
Okay.
Roll me a 1 8,
Uh,
man.
Well, that
3.
yeah. So you'll do half damage on that.
I rolled a 3 for damage, so I guess a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, it's a 1.
It's
so
a 1. Gotcha.
yeah. But you do manage to throw him off shooting the camera.
Gotcha. And then
but
I
now-
yell to Ken, and I'd be like, "Hey, subdue that guy."
Sick him.
Roger,
That's what I say.
Roger.
Sick him.
Okay, I will when it's my
you
turn.
new guy, who I'm not
so-
quite sure what you do.
Scrap wolf.
So the standing guy is going to sort of roll out of the way of and get clipped as you're firing at him, and then he's going to fire at Ken.
Oh no!
Wait, you have 3 armor, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled another 1 on a half damage, so
Brilliant. As he shoots at me, I stare him dead in the eyes and I say, "Try again, fucko."
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nailed it.
That makes it Sly's turn.
I will shoot this guy. I will shoot this man. 2, 1. No, well, that sucks. 3. So 5,
Plus 2, 7.
7.
So that, because of his armor, that does not hit.
Oh shit!
Sorry. And then Ken.
All right, I'm gonna run up to him and punch him a bunch.
Punch a bunch.
So for this, I roll fighting, I guess.
Yeah.
Since I'm punching, let me get D6. Okay. 6 plus 3 plus 3, so 9, 12 altogether.
That is an unmitigated success. So go ahead and deal punching damage, I guess. Did we say that was a D4 per hand, or?
Yeah, I thought that's what we agreed on. If that's still okay.
Yeah, roll 2d4.
Okay, so yeah, it's just 1 punch each.
Yeah.
1 hand each.
Oh, I wonder if there would be a mechanic to increase punching speed.
Oh, that's
yeah.
what
Like eventually, you can make like 3 punches a turn, or make the punches more powerful, or.
Yeah, that's what we're
I think
gonna
that's
do
when
with,
the
upgrade tree.
when we do like the perk system. I think that'll be cool to add that kind of stuff.
Right, I forgot about that whole idea. Of the
Yeah, I
perk
forgot
system.
about it until we were like gonna go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll sort of fall in with like the research of like what you want to be done, and then finding story to make it happen.
That's a total of 4.
Okay. So you sort of send him flying backwards into the same wall, but he is able to get back up pretty easily, as opposed to his partner, who's still kind of like just laying there bleeding.
4 holes.
Yeah. Quark.
Okay.
I shoot him.
Wait.
Wait.
Try to talk to the leader, Sue.
He's passed out.
Oh, never
He's
mind.
passed
Fuck
out.
him, kill
I
him.
squeeze the blood out.
I squeezed his blood out.
How close am I to this this last guy? Am I still kind of far away? Because I haven't really moved.
Since he's been sort of like knocked back into a wall, you wouldn't be able to like get all the way to him in like a turn.
Okay, so yeah, I just try to fill him full of holes.
Okay.
2, 6,
I rolled a
8.
10
10.
total.
Okay, so it's a half damage because of his armor, but go ahead and roll damage.
Die 8. Ooh, I didn't do any damage because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I hit the wall around him though, and I act like I meant to do that.
Fizzcake last night in Siege.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. You know what? All right. Let's keep the stream separate. Okay.
Next time that wall is you.
Yeah, that'll show him. At least you can hit
Okay.
him.
So the last guy sort of sprints off into one of the like storefronts around here that looks like closed down and boarded up. He dives through one of those windows, and you don't see him like come back up. He's kind of like trying to run away and hide at this
Okay.
point.
I do have a bomb I can throw at him.
Well. All right. Hold. Okay. Let's.
Who has the highest agility? Maybe one of
It's
us
up
should
to
run
you.
after him.
I have a agility.
Or I guess speed. Sorry,
Never mind.
I don't have very
I
good
have
speed.
3 speed.
Oh damn, dude.
I can run in there and check real quick, but
I mean, if you want to, I'm not your.
1 second. So the cybernetics, I get a plus to perception and shooting. What are those pluses?
Oh, true.
Because I haven't been doing that.
It's
plus 1.
plus
for each
1, I
thing.
think. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you need to do what I do and just write down the numbers next to it of what all your pluses are.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
how I keep it very easy.
I'll do it. That's fine.
Thanks, dude.
But yeah. So it was a Quark shot, and then that guy ran into the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you want to like, I'll just say, Hey, Sly, give me some cover fire as I try to see if he's gone or if he's just finding another gun in there or what. Is that deal?
Okay, Rex.
Okay, so first roll.
I'm not Rex. That's what I'll say. Who are you talking about? That's what I'll say.
So do you have agility or speed?
I have speed. I have 2 in agility and 3 in speed.
Okay, so make a speed check.
Speed check. Keep some track of my dice. Oh, God. I rolled a 7 plus 3 is 10.
Okay. So you manage to get into the building before he finds a spot to hide, and you see him just as he's like ducking behind some boxes in the back.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. So, would I be able to like run up and grab him now, or is that gonna have to wait until my next turn? Or
Let's say that like since you're not a very stealthy dude, unless you are, do you have like a high stealth or whatever? Would you like to try and roll some stealth?
I have 0 stealth, but I guess I'll just try to do that to like get under some cover as well, I guess, or something. So let's see. Come on, let me look. Oh, 5 and 5, 10. I'll take it.
Okay. So he knows you're there, but you managed to get behind some stuff, and he's going to duck out of his cover and try and take a shot at you.
Okay.
And he manages to like plug through some of the boxes you're behind.
Okay.
You take 3 damage.
Shit.
The first damage of the game.
Damn it.
But now it's your turn again.
Can I
back to me.
take an action while he's in there doing this?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to go and run up on on Sue and check his pulse and all that.
He's alive.
Okay, can I try to stop his bleeding so he doesn't die?
Sure. How do you do that?
I just literally tourniquet his arm.
Okay.
He's
Sure.
gonna lose that shit.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It'll be another customer.
All right, so I guess I'll run up to him and I guess tackle him to the ground and try to punch him.
Okay. Roll for fighting with advantage since he's kind of like a stationary target. So do you already have advantage on fighting?
Yeah, I'm trained in fighting, so do I just roll another d6? Or what?
Yeah,
Double
why not?
advantage.
We'll do 46 with the highest 2.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Drop your die.
Okay. A 6 and a 3, and a 2, and a 4. So I'll take the 6 and the 4 plus 3. So 13.
13. Okay, so you don't just like reach around his barrier, you smash through it and sort of like grab him by the neck. Now, what do you want to do with him? So you've like successfully grappled him, you could deal damage or whatever at this point.
I would like to just knock him out. I don't want to kill everybody, believe it or not. I would like to just like, I don't know, I guess choke him unconscious, I guess.
Okay, so you could do that, or you could like
windpipe.
try and like smash him against a wall or something to knock him out. We can do like non-lethal damage like in D&D.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Throw him through a box.
What I'll try to do is I'll just I'm sure since this building's been abandoned for a long time, I'll just try to like shove him through a wall. Hopefully that will knock him out with like debris and all that fun shenanigans. But I will roll a 1 plus 2, a 3
To hit?
Oh, to hit. Sorry,
no. Sorry. You've already got him grappled.
Yeah.
That's damage. Okay, you hit him against a wall, and it doesn't like. He's not totally unconscious yet, but he also can't really do anything. He's just like, I don't know.
I'll ask him politely. Hey, can you
Incapacitated?
drop your gun?
incapacitated.
I'd appreciate if you just drop your gun now. That'd be great. I just
The gun just kind of falls through his fingers.
thanks, buddy. Okay, let's go for a walk.
All right, you
Drag him outside.
drag him. Yeah, okay. So 2 of these guys are incapacitated, and 1 is unconscious and tourniqueted.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so Dosh, the cameraman, and his 2 friends are like, "Oh my God, they told us Austin was a safe place. This is so spooky." But thanks, I guess for. Oh, there's no way we can Go back to Radcore for this. We're gonna have to find another way out of the city. Oh god. Oh god.
Well, lucky for you, we're about to leave the city to go on a little salvaging trip.
But they don't have suits.
No, I know that. We're not going to
Okay.
give them passage, but we'll get them out of the city.
Well, do you guys know anyone with like a helicopter or something? Like, we got to get back to Oklahoma, and you see
Oklahoma?
there's a little OU logo on his jacket.
Why would
They're
you
all
want to
wearing
go to
OU
Oklahoma?
stuff.
That place is so windy.
Hey man, it's not covered in nuclear radiation, so
Well, at least you didn't spit.
yeah. Surprised he didn't shoot the tongue out of his mouth.
There we go.
But anyway, they go, well, we're here to we were going to just try and make a documentary because people are interested to know what's happening here because it's, the closest like bombed out city. But then Radcore seemed real shady to us, and so we wanted to see all of the city, for journalistic integrity. And then they sent these goons, but now the people that hired us aren't going to be able to, like, we can't go back there.
Okay.
Why?
Well, have you been recording this whole time?
We sure have. Any like the camera's been like knocked around and stuff, and it's kind of dirty, but the little red light is still on.
Okay. Well, this is a great part in your documentary, I have to say. Since these guys have been taken out, they're likely going to be waiting for the standard amount of time until they're supposed to be checking in, which probably gives you
Pray
24
tell,
hours.
what is the standard amount of time one would wait? I ask.
Well, I grab his contract and see if there's any information on that too.
It just says like bring either bring the camera people back or prove that you've destroyed footage or like prove that they're now back in New Austin, essentially. Like they're there to threaten and coerce them into not shooting anywhere and then making sure there's no footage.
Okay. Well, this
So
actually
there's not a
seems like a
specific
pretty
timeline.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty easy thing to cheat. So you could almost likely just head back. It's kind of a risk, but you can almost likely head back to Radcore and then tell them that you had a run-in with them and that you got rid of the footage and hide your footage, and then try to get passage through Radcore back to Oklahoma, because I don't know that we have anybody that has a helicopter that's not Radcore.
Yeah, if one of you boys have those fancy mind link things, you could probably just jack the video into your head and save it there. I don't know how. I don't know how mind stuff works. I'm just guessing.
Well, I do have a head jack, but I would have to get some equipment to change that, because I'm assuming, is this an analog or digital camera?
What the fuck?
Digital.
It's digital? Oh, well, actually that makes it way easier. I was going to say if it was tape, then that would be harder.
I meant for those guys, since they're the ones going to be traveling, it'd be easier
Yeah.
for them to just have it in their head instead of
Mhm.
having an object that has the information on it,
You know what?
Mhm.
You guys figure it out. We got shit to do. All right.
That's true. We do.
All right.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry.
But yeah, you got to figure
we
this
tried
one
to
out.
help. We might have helped. I don't care. Peace.
He goes, well, thank you.
Right.
We're gonna tell your story.
Oh,
It's
God.
Sly Roosevelt.
I checked the bodies of the guys that we incapacitated.
They have a flask?
No, none of them have flasks.
Oh. Just
Sorry.
my luck.
Sue has let's say 500 credits on him if you want to
Okay.
steal it, but the other two just have some loose change and some spare ammunition. Nothing special as far as weapons or armor.
Okay. Do you want to take these credits?
All right, sure, might as well.
It was a hard day's work.
Okay. Yeah.
I think, we all deserve a little something, something.
Okay. I take the 500 and I split it up evenly with but because the three of us, with a slight advantage to Ken, only because he was the only one to take damage.
Okay.
Deal. I'll use this credits to plug up my holes.
So what is that, like
My
100?
bullet holes.
150, 100. Wait, it'd be like 200 and then 150, 150. So 150 for each of us, and then 200 for Fiskig.
Yes.
Dude. So I got 200 credits. Credots. That works too. Okay.
Rad. Okay. Yeah, if y'all keep track of that, I will believe you when you tell me you have those credits. So,
Deal.
And
My
I guess
son
I just
acquired a million credits.
I just line
don't
these
know
guys up
how.
on the wall and then leave them. They'll be fine.
okay, cool. So you go back to Sloan, who seems like a little bit shaken up, but after last night, he is not surprised by anything anymore. And he has a key, and when he sees the coast is clear, he goes and he unlocks the door to Abel's Antiques, which also doesn't seem like super open. Like there's not a closed sign anywhere, and there's not like the lights are sort of on, but you wouldn't have gone in here by yourself anyway. So he unlocks the door, ushers you inside, closes it, and then actually locks it behind him. And as you're in there, you also see that like there aren't antiques for sale in here. It's more like a museum, but like a shitty museum. Like there's just like a few little pedestals with like pre-war hat and like just dumb stuff. Like someone very quickly set up a dumb antique store.
Okay, so this is definitely a front. I just had a thought as we're entering into the building that we have some privacy. I just realized, I mean, we left alive Sue and his men. They're likely to go back to Radcore and tell them about us.
Well,
You just thought about that now?
Well, no, I just thought I should mention it to the group.
Welcome back, Corn.
Welcome back, Corn. How do we want to handle that?
Let the chips fall where they may.
All right, Ken, how do you want to handle that?
Well, I mean, I just knocked him out. I didn't shoot anybody, so legally, I'm in safer waters than you two. But whatever you want to do, I'll just not look at it while you do
look,
it. If
we
you
have
catch my
video
drift,
evidence of defense.
we don't. The Oklahoma boys do, and they're going away.
Well, we know it in our heart.
That doesn't hold up in the court of law. I think. I don't know. I'm just a punchy guy.
Okay, so we have a quick decision. We can just let it happen. Just let him go and be like, hey, we let you guys go and we warned you. And then that's like a personal thing with them, but we still have to worry about Radcore. We can also, after we're done with this and getting the radiation suits, we could, I guess, capture them, but I don't know that we really want to do that.
Let's let them go. I'm sure it'll be fun next time when they come around. It'll be nice to see what kind of cybernetics they'll get. Maybe I can punch more people. That'd be great.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Radcore sucks anyways.
Yeah.
They'll come back and they have like the evolved versions of their Pokemon to fight you guys with.
Shit.
Yeah, you should have killed Gary when you had the chance.
Classic mistake.
What about question mark, question mark, question mark?
Make like eradicate and die.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so he motions you behind, like there's like a pretty large like checkout counter area, and behind it on the ground there's an old manhole cover. So this area of the floor is sort of like it's original, like they didn't put this here, this has been there. And so there's a little like crowbar sticking out of it, and uses it to pry it off, and then he starts descending the ladder downwards and motions for you guys to follow him.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. I'll follow
He
you.
goes like past this point again, like I'm trusting you guys, and I'm swearing you to like a sort of secrecy here about this.
Okay.
I do
but
solemnly swear
come with me.
that I'm up
Don't
to
worry.
no good.
Stealthiness and secrecy is our key points in our abilities.
Yes.
In particular,
Rex is
particularly to Sly, he's like, and I know that Rex, he's like, I see how you guys react to people who are just kind of rude. There may be some rude people. Don't go shooting anyone. These are all decent people. And then he climbs down.
I check to make sure that the Oklahoma boys aren't just like tagging along. And then
No, the Oklahoma guys have gone back to the elevator.
Oh, cool. All right.
Just some fun Austin lore. The UT competition school, I guess, is OU, which is Oklahoma University.
Nice.
And so I figured, like, back when there was like the list of countries that North Korea wanted to bomb in the U.S., Austin was like on it for no reason at all.
Right.
But I figured, Oklahoma, no cities in Oklahoma were on that list, so Oklahoma's fine, even though no one gives a shit about Oklahoma. If you're listening from Oklahoma, we like you a lot.
We just don't give a shit about your state.
But your
It's fine.
state
Nope.
is like real bad.
It's like one of the worst states.
Bad state with a worse musical.
Oh shit, yeah.
There we go. Beautiful.
But anyway, so some fun Austin lore. So you guys are climbing down this ladder for a good 2 to 3 minutes before you get to the bottom, and you hear water dripping and some stuff like that. But you get down there and you start walking again down this kind of dark tunnel. But you see at intervals along it, there have been those those weird construction lights, they've got a yellow cage around them and they're fluorescent.
Yeah.
Those have been hung at 20-foot intervals down this hallway, and it begins to explain to you. After the bombs fell and things started to rebuild, a few of us got really curious about what had happened to some of the caves that were running off of the aquifer and everything below the city, and so we found this passage down here, and some of us decided to begin setting up here, and we have very little love for Radcore, so this is our sort of home away from them. We're not within the radiation bubble down here, but it is sort of naturally, since we're below ground, is radiation free. We call ourselves the Mole People.
Oh, so kind of like a secret society, a la the Freemasons.
Yeah, sort of. And he goes, because the street sharks were looking around my place, I decided to keep the suits down here, where we sort of have a collective armory. And so as you're going, you start to see more and more people. There's sheet metal shacks that have been sort of hastily built up along the sides of these caves and things, but you get to sort of a main opening, and it's all sort of carved out of the rock. It's about 30 feet high, so it's a much bigger cavernous area. And he goes, so this is where we've set up our base camp, and he leads you to one of the larger areas where you see a few people milling around. Again, people are staring at you because they haven't seen you before, but they recognize Sloan. And he leads you inside, and you see there's a decent stockpile of some pretty nice weaponry and armor and things. Quark, I think you would recognize. A lot of it would be stuff Sloan has built himself or reworked, but you see a few things in there that people have bought from you over the years as well. Some of your signature pieces are stockpiled down here as well.
Okay.
But he leads you to the back where there's some lockers, but you can tell from the edges that it used to be a huge locker bank in a high school, but it's been just ripped out, and there's concrete and rebar hanging out of it. But he opens it and he pulls out 2 orange radiation suits.
Nice.
He goes, if you could keep these in decent shape and bring them back when you're done, we down here sure would appreciate it.
Gotcha.
Do you have one in black?
No.
He again holds up both radiation suits and looks from one to the other, and then he puts his hand over your face and says, "This one's black." And then, if you close your eyes, it's black.
And the third one, you are going to be actively fixing up, right?
If you guys can find a broken one out in the wasteland or something, or I'm not quite sure how you guys are going to get a third one. I know Radcore will rent them, but that's very highly priced. But they might be the only ones in town, other than me, to have some of these. Other than some people that are already out in the wasteland.
Okay, interesting. So I wonder. So, Ken, aka Scrapwolf,
AKA Rex.
pit fighter extraordinaire.
Nope.
My bad.
Close.
AKA New Rex.
New Rex.
That's better. That's closer. We're doing it.
He has an exoskeleton. I wonder if something could be built as a cockpit type device that goes over the top of the exosuit.
Rex shrugs because he has no idea what you just said because he's a punchy guy. So he's like, oh, cockpit, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, because I just realized putting on a radiation suit over the exosuit wouldn't work. He'd have to put on the radiation suit and then put the exosuit on over that, right?
Yeah. The exosuits, they're not like giant and bulky too much. They're more like I don't know if you guys played
The
Infinity.
Surge?
Huh?
I was gonna say the Surge.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh,
but-
okay. It's
Yeah.
like a game you have exosuits, and they're basically just like they're kind of like really small versions of the Aliens lady.
Oh,
She
okay.
used that. They're literally like form frame or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
I
what I
was
was assuming for
thinking-
this too. I was just thinking that the radiation suits wouldn't have enough room on the inside to cover up an exosuit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You could. That is an interesting thing that you'd have to take it off to fit into a traditional one. But yeah, the exosuit won't really protect you from radiation too much. I guess you'd have to find some kind of like, other solution to that.
We would have to build an exo radiation suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you'd have to wear other armor to use it.
Gotcha. So in that case, if we're going to be going out into the wasteland to look for Three-Eyed Joe's stuff, only two of us would be able to go unless we found a third exosuit in some way.
Right. And essentially, you know that the only other place you could get it would be Radcore, like renting it or buying it from them or stealing it from them or negotiating some way to get it. But what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If you're fighting in the wasteland, it's generally discouraged. Like people that hate each other, if they run into each other in the wasteland, won't, because the minute you get any kind of like rip or tear in it,
Yeah, you're
you
fucked.
start getting So it's
Irradiated.
discouraged. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we have these two, and thank you very much, Sloan. How do we want to go about this as far as because we kind of have an idea of where it would be safe to start wearing the suit out in the wasteland, but we don't know how long we would have to be in the suit to get to the location that Three-Eyed Joe is talking about. So do you think we would want to find a way of getting one from Radcore? I'm talking to you two.
I know. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wish
Trying to think.
we had asked those
The
Oklahoma boys
guys,
to
yeah,
wait
so
could.
we could use them as leverage. Yeah.
We could, I guess we could sniff around the fighting arena, see if anybody wants to wager radiation suits against radiation suit, you know?
Oh, and then you could pit fight for it.
Yeah. I'm sure that somebody would want two radiation suits for one, if
Well-
that makes sense.
Or we could try to wager something else of equal value. Iris Sloan might have something that, or I would prefer, probably I could probably find something at like maybe not quite cybernetics level, but maybe a piece of equipment. I asked Sloan so out of the things that I'm likely to have in my shop, or possibly you, I don't want to put you on the spot or anything like that. What has an equal value to a radiation suit that we could wager for if we were to do that?
Well, I don't know. There aren't a whole lot of these on the market except for Radcore, and I know their prices aren't exactly fair, but they'll sell one for about 18,000 credits. So, I mean, I'd have to sell my store to them probably. I know they'll rent them out for like $600 or credits. 600 credits a day. Oh, I don't know why I made him like Southern. I'm changing his accent all over the place, but it says if you could get up, 600 plus credits, you could probably rent one for a day. But if you damage it, they'll make you pay for the whole thing. I mean, it's not fair at all. They give them to their workers. If you guys worked for them, I guess they would do it. But
Where would their workers be?
I guess they live in some of the housing in New Austin, or I guess some of them are still out like salvaging things for Radcore in the wasteland.
Okay, so we have a couple possibilities here. We could try to track down one of the workers at their house and broker with him to use it.
I don't really like that idea because we're putting innocent people at risk.
True. We could
They-
go out
they
to the
do-
wasteland. Oh, go ahead.
They don't like own their own suits. The suits are
Exactly.
kept in like their headquarters, which you guys have been in like the lobby of, which is like that giant office building at the front of New Austin.
Okay. So we need we can pull the money together. We need to still 100 credits to rent one. Because we have 500 credits.
Yeah, we don't have
All
any
good.
credits.
How long would that take you to get in the fighting pit New Rex to win 100 credits?
I'd reckon after a couple fights or two, it's if I do some big fights, I could probably get some credits pretty quickly. But it kind of takes for the big fights. It kind of takes like a few days to like a week to schedule those.
Well, I
Our
wonder
best
if
bet
we
would.
could... Well, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
It's all right. I would say our best bet is to maybe find some rough and tough drunks and just weasel them out of some money by, I don't know, arm wrestling competitions or some kind of stupid shit like that.
Okay.
Drunk guys are the easiest to take advantage of when it comes to taking money.
I am a showman.
Yeah, sorry, no. You see, your price is, from what I understand, is you just like alcohol, so you're not really, nobody can take advantage of you. So
Sounds like I resemble that remark. Well, what if we did? So the possibility is we could try to weasel some drunk guys out of some cash, or we could do one big fight, and then we could also Sly and I could bet on you.
that's true. I can give you my
haven't
money,
seen
too.
him fight that much, so I might go for the other
I've
guy.
seen Scrap Wolf fight. He's in the top 10
He
out of
is
the
the new
15
Rex.
people here.
So let's say Sly, you were drinking in Mama J's all day. Let's say you saw a flyer for like come try your hand at fighting the worst beast that the wasteland has to offer, and it's like a pit fight for say $1,000 prize money. And Ken, you would also be familiar with this event that happens about annually, where Radcore brings in some like giant wasteland beasts, and then if anyone like survives the fight or can fight them off, they get this like 1,000 credit prize.
I just had a premonition that just came to me that I just remembered. But there is a way to make money. There is a fight to the death of the death clause in.
But legally distinct from death clause.
Clawdeaths.
Clawdeaths.
Crawdads.
Crawdads.
There we go.
That will net us 1,000 credits if New Rex is willing to go up against them. I don't know if we can do it as a team. I don't really want to fight the Crawdads, but I will.
But
Actually, yeah, no, I forgot about that. Was happening pretty quickly. I usually
It's
try to
weird
compete.
that we both just didn't know about it, and then we just suddenly knew about it.
We kind of got lost in the heat of the moment. But yeah, I've always tried to do those fights because I like getting some credits and paying
How's
Cork
it going,
back with some
Falcon
drinks.
Lombardi?
What's up, Falcon
Oh
Lombardi?
yeah. Let's let me go fight some weird radiation monsters. I'm always down to fight new things. This will be exciting.
All right, cool. So, yeah, if that's the way you guys want to go about getting the money, that works.
Deal.
So, I assume at this point you guys have left this area. I actually I called it Edwardton, which doesn't really roll off the tongue super well, but it's named after the Edwards Aquifer. Part of the lore of it is that when the bomb dropped, some of these areas that were like full of water just evaporated, leaving these like extra caves and stuff down here. So anyway,
Yeah,
it's
below
called
Crater
Edward.
Beta.
Yeah, it's Edwardton. I think it might be on that map, right?
Yeah, it
Yep.
is. I
Yeah,
remembered
okay,
it,
so-
we pulled it up.
Neat. So yeah, it's Edwardton. It's down there. There's the mole people, and they're stockpiling for maybe a class revolution. Who knows?
We'll worry
But
about that later.
So yeah, you guys are back up in the crater. You see the guy that you filled full of bullets and had like 1 health left is still like he's either unconscious or dead against the wall. The guy that you were choking has left, and Sue is also gone.
So they left him. Wow.
Huh.
Is he dead?
He might be dead. I check his body just to see.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I take my hat off. You're too young. I put my hat back on.
But also a dumbass.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, where would you guys like to go? I know we've got like 15 minutes left, so if we want to set up this next bit, or
yeah, let's get to Edwarton.
Yeah,
and
I want to
set up
drop off our radiation suits at my shop,
okay.
and then we can
so
head down to Edwarton.
What kind of security do you have? Like a safe or a?
I
Something like
have
that?
a makeshift lift. Oh, I'm sorry, elevator, because we're in America. I have a makeshift elevator that's opens up. It's actually underneath the bay where people put their exosuits, and
Okay.
And you can stand in that area, and then the floor opens up and then goes down into a basement that is hidden.
Nice. Okay. So you hang the radiation suits in your hidden basement. And where are you guys going?
To Edwarton to see about the fight.
Oh, sorry. The Edwardton is the place where the mole people live.
Gotcha.
The fight is at a place that, Ken, you're familiar with. It's called the Pork Grinder. Actually,
yes.
we'll call it the Pork Grinder. And it's one of the big like pit fight brawl rooms. They call it the brawl room. There's 2 stories to it. It's on 2 levels of the crater. Bottom level is where the fighters are. Top level is sort of where the bar area is.
Oh, I know where Sly's gonna be.
I'm not wasting any money on drinks. I get my drinks free. Or I bring them from home.
There you go. Sneak him in. All right, yeah. I guess I'll go to the fighting arena and get myself signed up to fight these monsters.
Since we're getting
Okay.
1,000,
Well, we haven't gotten it yet.
well, I'm saying since the prize money is 1,000, can we still bet on this fight?
I don't see why not. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I bet 100 credits on Scrap Wolf out of my 150.
Okay.
Sly's
And it
an
would be
all or
all.
nothing kind of guy, so he's going to bet 150.
You can
Sure.
fight as a team too, right?
Yeah. Well,
I was just making sure that
I don't know.
we had the
I-
same understanding of this thing. It's like you can sign up like a team of up to like 3 people to get in there and
Oh shit! Well,
fight
Oh,
in that
Well,
case,
you
We
Waves
can't
of
really
these
bet on
shitty
ourselves.
beasts. You can.
Oh,
Yeah, but if
never
you
mind. Sly's
it's
an
a only
optimistic
open
person.
win.
He's going to bet on himself.
if you lose, they get to keep your money. So
that makes
because
sense.
you'll be dead.
well, yeah. I'll bet 200 on myself as well.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm just
wait,
gonna bet
wait.
150 then.
Well,
You're just betting all
if
your
things
money
go
on
bad,
yourselves?
You should not.
Yeah.
You should not bet 150.
Oh, okay, so I'll have 50 left over as our like buffer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of buffer, man.
How much
Well,
were
I
each of
didn't
you betting
expect
again?
Fizzcake to
This
To
cake, how much
bet,
you doing?
to bet 200.
Oh, 200. Let's go.
Okay,
200?
so
Damn.
we are going in as a group then.
Yeah,
Do
Matt,
it.
how much did you bet?
150.
Yeah.
All right, 150. So 150, 100, and 200. So you're betting 450 of your 500 total wealth. Okay. Cool. So the fight actually isn't until like the next day. So you guys have like an afternoon/night cycle left before that. But you get your name on the list, and they're like, all right, here's your like time slot to come back, and you better be ready, and make sure you have all your affairs in order in case you die.
Do we need to have like a cool name, like Scrap Wolf and the Travelers or some shit?
That's a band.
There's a name slot, and you see that some of the other competitors have filled in like the 3 individual names, and some other ones have come up with silly names. So you could do either.
Scrap Wolf Pack. Let's go.
Sure.
Seems-
Or whatever.
Wanna
I don't
be part
know.
of
I
the
just
Wolf Pack.
Aru. Or the 3 Slies. I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Okay. All right.
What is
all
your
right.
name, Spencer?
Cork.
Oh, Jesus.
Cork Masterson.
I'm Quark. This is Plank, and that one's Photon. I don't know.
Scrap Wolf Pack is it's fine.
Yeah, and it plays off the brand recognition of Scrap Wolf. So
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, brand recognition. Let's go.
all right, cool. You guys are signed up and ready to go. So We'll play that one out next time for sure. If you guys want to do anything else before we sign off for the day.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ken. So I was going to work on some agility boosting, but since we're going up against a death crawdad, did you want to switch gears and maybe go for something else? Maybe something that improves like grappling or toughness.
Well, you could, and this is up to Adam and whatnot. I feel like working on the agility thing. I mean, maybe I don't add a point into agility. Instead, I add an additional D4 to my attacks, just kind of like to speed up my suit a little bit, or I guess streamline my suit so it's like it works. It's more like closer to my body, and it's like smoother and shit.
So to increase the amount of attacks you can do in one round.
Yeah, that way I can deal a little bit more damage.
Sure, that works.
So instead of doing 2 attacks, you do 3 attacks?
Yeah, I'll do 3 die 4 instead of that. So I'll just do upgraded 1.
Okay. So yeah, in that case.
So that'll be your perk for the next one. If you two have ideas, or if you want to come up with it the next couple weeks for.
Yeah. I'll definitely do some research into perks.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be
I'll
really
also.
cool.
There's not a level up mechanic. It's more of like a perk and then like a health increase. So I'll figure out what that health increase is
Gotcha.
as well for you guys, since the health is pretty low right now. Like it's sort of like first level D&D style health.
Yeah.
But,
Gotcha.
okay.
All right, cool. All right, so next time Matt and I will come up with perks for our characters to have our little level up for the upcoming Crawdad fight. And Fistcake, your perk is increasing the amount of hits you can use as an upgrade to your suit then, right?
Yeah, it's an original name. I call it Flurry of Fists.
Nice.
Nice.
Got it.
Cool.
I was going to go basic combo number 1, but that yours is better.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, definitely flurry of fists with 3 punches. That makes me think of a flurry.
Which hotkey are you mapping this to? It's important.
I'm going to do it to my number pad 1.
Okay,
Now I
cool,
can just tap it.
Nice.
So when you see me tap 1 in the chat, that's what I'm doing. Okay.
What's the cooldown on this type of move?
0.23 seconds.
Damn.
It's tied to his rage meter, so he can use it 3 times in a row, but then he's got to wait
Right.
for that to come back.
Almost like cooling down, you know,
Yeah,
like
there
the
we go.
suit
Ooh,
overheats.
that would be cool.
An overheat
To have,
That actually.
yeah, that would be cool to have an overheat system or something like that.
Ooh, okay, yeah. This is all good.
You're already nerfing my goddamn
No,
perks.
dude.
No,
God
I
damn.
think this can add.
It's a buff strategically.
Because if you can vent it at the right time, maybe someone's grappling you, you can vent the heat.
Overheat and then venting it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then you could grab the crawdad and vent in its face.
I hate everything. Why was my life?
That's
you
also
That's
that's also
pretty
you
cool.
you breathing into his face, and so you add a bit more heat.
Yeah, we get it. It's not.
Oh.
Like the submachine gun in Doom, if you fire it a bunch to it overheat, you can release it and do a ton of damage.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll definitely figure that out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, so that's what's happening next time. We're gonna go ahead and go into some of our information.
1 second. There we
Yeah,
go.
Fiskate, why don't you go first? Where can people find your stuff, and what are you doing?
You can find me at twitch.tv/fistcake, where I stream 5 days a week, and then throughout the weekday, so usually between 8 p.m. and midnight CST. I also do, this Adventure Complete show with the NGTV boys and Adam, and also I do the Content Complete show with the NGTV boys and our random guests. This week we have Butternut69 coming on. It's going to be good times. He's probably going to explain some PUBG stuff finally to us so we understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I also have YouTube up and going on a semi-regular schedule. So Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. you can catch videos of Dad of Boy War, Yakuza 0, God Hand, and Yakuza 6 now. So
Nice.
go all over all that. And I'm also on Twitter where I tweet stuff sometimes. And that's it for me.
All right. Well, for NGTV, you can catch us on both YouTube and Twitch at Neanderthal Gaming TV. You can also follow us on Twitter at Neanderthal GTV. This week, we're probably doing tomorrow. We're doing Smash 4. After this stream, we're going to be doing some Melee, right?
Yep, right after.
Of course, we have the podcast on Sunday, like Fitzcase stated. Monday, we'll be doing Guys Night. Tuesday, Into the Veil, and then we don't really have a full plan as to how the rest of the week's going on, but just make sure to follow us on Twitter, and we usually stream every night. But
we say that, but like we literally never do stream every night.
We haven't been lately.
Yeah,
it's true, and we need to get back on the wagon. But moving on to Adam, why don't you tell people?
You can click it, dude.
It's for that.
It's what the fuck? It switched back.
No, it's we have a different button for it. All right,
never
Adam,
mind.
where can they find your stuff, and what are you doing?
So two main things. I do I'm in a melodic death metal band in Chicago called Final Dissent. Dissent spelled Dissent. We're releasing a single within like the next week or so. So if you check out our Facebook page, you should be able to find it there. And then I also do some writing. You can see on the stream right now. It's called Entropic Press, and I do like sci-fi, bizarre horror kind of stuff. So I release a monthly magazine. By magazine, it's just kind of like a little paper booklet, but with some short stories in it. So you can check that out on Etsy or Facebook, and hopefully I'll be releasing one this month because there's only 2 editions so far. Yeah, that's my stuff.
All right, cool.
Beautiful.
And then we got the content complete stuff.
Yeah, let's do some content complete stuff. So for the overall content complete experience, you can follow us on Twitter at ConcomCast. Send us any emails or ideas at contentcompletecast@gmail.com. We'll be going live at 3 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow for the podcast at twitch.tv/ConcomCast and also on Neanderthal Gaming TV. And the episodes for and we'll have to come up with a special splash for this, but the episodes for Adventure Complete, it'll be uploaded and available next Saturday. What's the date for that? It's May
The 12th.
May 12th. The episode will be live on your favorite podcasting app, as well as on, we're putting this on Fizzcake's channel still, right?
Yep.
All right, so this will be on YouTube, on Fizzcake's channel. And then we'll be streaming again the next episode the week after that, which would be... actually, yeah, the 19th. So, the 19th. So, it's the day before my birthday. Woo! So, make sure to check us out, and we'll restream this on twitch.tv/ConcomCast as well. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and any last words, guys?
No, shout out to Bugbear27.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my sister. I texted her. That's her. So
Yeah.
thanks, my sister Katie, for listening and giving us our first 5-star review. Is that?
Yeah,
Is that our first one?
And she gave us a very, very good review. It didn't say exactly the amount of stars that she did, but I'm assuming
It was 5.
Just based on our.
No, it was 5. I saw it.
Oh, okay.
This podcast is great. 3 stars.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but thanks so much
more
for
than 0.
for doing that. And anybody else who's interested or is listening, feel free to leave us a review on Adventure
That's
Complete.
how we improve as people.
Mhm.
If you want to see Sly not be so drunk and disrupt the team, you let us know. As of for right now, though, that's what he's going to do.
Also, if
That's
you
it.
want
We're
more
willing
Sly
to change
drunk.
our characters based on your input.
Yeah, we all grow together.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Right?
Bye-bye.